of now.
This does not look like it's...
What the fuck happened when I was gone?
What's his name's route?
This is Leo's route.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, because shit went down.
Yep.
I don't remember what went down. I was gone.
So what was the last thing you remember, Sam?
Oh god, I'm trying to think now. Duke, they were talking to the crackhead guy, and he escaped out the window, and they were in Leo's house.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
dude.
That was Clint.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Okay, so you're okay, Clint in Leo's house. Okay, yeah,
yes.
that was not too long ago. Okay. When you were saying Duke, it was like, whoa, last time we talked with Duke was like a couple weeks ago.
Sorry, I meant, Clint.
Yeah, so for Clint, after that, Leo kicked Kudzu out because Leo's kind of having some sanity slippage now.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then they heard a train off in the distance. Leo went to check it out, and during that moment, Chase went, "This, I'm out," and ran over to Kudzu's house to check and see if Kudzu's still alive. However, on the way over, he found Jenna finally.
Oh, good.
And he and Kudzu helped grab Jenna, make sure she calmed down enough. They went into Kudzu's house and just calmed her down, talked, and Kudzu and Chase also had like a nice little moment where they were like acknowledging like, "Hey, we've been keeping each other alive throughout the night, and I appreciate you, dude." And the other thing that happened was, this only happens when something bad's about to happen in a horror movie, by the way. Jenna had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, God.
Well,
stories don't bring up bathrooms unless it's gonna be bad.
So, Jenna had to go to the bathroom. Chase was talking with Kudzu for a bit, and then Chase was like, "Oh god, now I really have to pee."
Mm-hmm.
And so is like, "You know what? I'll just go right outside your trailer. I'm not gonna be that far off." And it was just enough time for Brian to come along and snatch him up.
Yep.
Oh god.
Yo, Brian as a character kind of pisses me off. Although it was cool. We got a bit of backstory for him.
Yeah, so that is actually something that you, when they were driving over to the mine.
Oh, and that's why we're in the mine. This is actually slightly less horrifying than Brian's been in the past. There's something they're looking for in the mine.
I don't know. Brian has been very, very serious and trying to pretend to be compassionate to Chase. Saying, "Just help me with this one thing.
And I'll let you go." Yeah.
Although he's a serial killer.
No. Brian is not a serial killer. He's a serial... Yeah. Come on. Yeah. Jeez, Hannah. Standards. Mm-hmm. And he is doing this because he said there's something going on. There was like research he did on the mine or whatever.
Something along those lines. Either way. Yeah. So, shall we get started?
Yes.
Yep.
Let's do it.
Oh, by the way, Seb, Harry, and Matt, I haven't heard from you guys in a bit.
Oh.
Huh?
I got distracted reading something.
Okay, just want to make sure you guys are still alive.
Yeah, I'm alive.
Alright. You alive too, Matt?
Partially.
Okay, good. And Harry, how are you? How are you on the life-death spectrum?
What do you mean? What?
Yeah.
Okay, life-death. You gotta pick.
Life.
Oh, dang. Nobody ever
I don't know what's going on.
Alright. Starting for real now?
Yep.
It branches to the left and the right. Brian stands there for a moment, inhaling deeply as he looks around.
Hang on. It's been a while.
I can't help myself from blurting out. You don't know where to go? I expect him to hit me or something, but he ignores me. Finally, he pulls me to the left. The idea of being trapped here with Brian, lost in a mine, is more terrifying than anything that's happened in the town so far. The air is so musty and dry. I feel like coughing and sneezing at the same time, but I try to hold it in so that I don't upset Brian. We walk for another 10 minutes or so, taking a few more turns. I try to memorize the route, in case I'm able to break free, but after 5 or so branches, I realize I can't remember the second or third. Brian suddenly speaks up, nearly making me jump in the darkness.
For a while. I stopped seeing aliens.
His grip is so tight, and I can feel that the circulation in my paw is cut off. It's like it's just a mass of pins and needles at this point.
See, people.
Oh, what kind of people? People you know? I try to keep Brian talking while I think. At some point, he's gonna have to let me go again, and it's then that I'm going to have to make a run for it, no matter what. Kudzu probably saw which direction we drove off in. He probably went to Leo to get the car. But at this point, I doubt they're going to be able to find us, at least not in time. We went into the mountains, probably through some back road that none of us even knew existed. Then Brian took me through hundreds of yards of desert to find a tiny opening behind the boulders. There's no way they're going to find me here. I'm on my own.
I see just one person, but the person changes every now and then.
Brian pauses, looking into a narrow opening in the tunnel wall, even more narrow than the first passage.
On who it was I last knew.
Before I can figure out what he meant by that, I'm shoved hard, forced to enter the passage in front of Brian. It's just wide enough that I can walk straight, my shoulders nearly touching both sides. Brian, on the other hand, has to suck in and move sideways, grunting and cursing, and making all kinds of noise. Brian's let go of me as he tries to pull himself through, though he keeps knocking into me to send me forward. I could try to escape, but I have a feeling that doesn't exist ahead of me. In fact, it feels like I'm being trapped.
Child!
Okay.
Then
Sorry.
TJ is there.
It was Wub.
I can't
Then
explain.
TJ,
Okay.
then TJ shows up and just says crap.
Alright, my cat was doing bad stuff.
This is actually one of my favorite scenes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna get real serious real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, Sebastian, would you like? Well, no,
No,
I'll leave it up
don't
to
tell him,
Alan.
but I will say, Seb, you will have some lines coming up.
Okay.
I can't explain it, but I start to get a terrible feeling that something awful is waiting for me at the end of this passage. And then I start to smell something. It's old, almost covered up by the dust and mustiness, but it's definitely there. Sweet and sick, something rotting. It feels like ice water is pouring down my back, and I freeze, only to be given a shove by the bear behind me. I fall forward into a wider opening. The smell entombs me, and I know without looking that I'm being surrounded by death. I lay there on the floor, not moving, listening to Brian as he tries to squeeze through the opening. I remember years ago, when I was maybe 12, walking along the dirt road back home after hanging out with Carl. On the side of the road, I saw some roadkill, and just as I passed by, I could see the white maggots writhing through the fur. The smell for that single moment was almost unbearable, and I gagged and ran past. And while the odor in here is a bit more faint, it's almost exactly the same. I hear Brian finally shift free from the exit, and he shines the light back down on me. I know I should run. I know I need to get the fuck out of here. I know I should be fighting like hell. Because I know what's coming. Is this what it's like for people who get kidnapped or murdered? People wonder why they didn't fight harder, or run when they had the chance. I should have ran the second we stopped in the truck. But right now, it's like I'm stuck in ice. My frantic thoughts are interrupted as Brian grasps me by the back of the shirt and pulls me back to my feet. I'm not able to stand and just sort of crumple down next to him. The bear grunts and just drags me along into the little opening that we're in, dropping me against the wall. Also, does anyone recognize this picture?
Yeah.
Isn't that from, Smoke Room?
Yeah? Do you remember
Yeah.
where?
Yeah, it's the cave that Sam went with his lover in, and his lover tried to kill him.
Yep, Jack.
Yep.
This is Jack's cave.
No good.
As Brian fumbles with the flashlight, I get a glimpse of my surroundings. It's small, maybe about 15 feet long and 10 feet wide. It's narrow enough that Brian takes up most of the space, and I'd be hard-pressed to get past him. I draw my knees up to my chest and hug them, feeling numb.
God, such a useless piece of shit.
I watch Brian lean over something against the wall. It looks like two long, polished pieces of wood. Brian tips the flashlight down, and I see that those pieces of wood are attached to a shovel and a pickaxe. Brian grabs the pickaxe, and for a heart-stopping moment, I think he's going to turn to me. But instead, reaches into his pocket and pulls out something small and rectangular. It's not until he opens it and and shines his flashlight on it that I see it's some kind of small notebook. The bear looks at the notebook, then back at the little cave we're in. The silence is almost unbearable, and I feel the need to say something, if only to fill that silence. What are you doing?
You know exactly what he's doing.
Brian ignores me as he continues to search for something. I whimper softly in the back of my throat. Please.
Out to be murdered. You just beg like a little bitch.
Shut up! I can't help it as I hiss through my teeth at that goddamn voice. I don't hear it now. Especially now. I don't need to hear it. Especially now. Brian stiffens and turns around. It didn't come through, Hannah.
Dang it. What?
I shake my head, squinting and unable to see his face as the bear turns his light on me. Nothing. I just...
No. Oh, you were talking to something. Did you see someone?
No, I don't know. I shut my eyes against the light and only see blood red. Brian chuckles, and my vision goes back to black as he takes the light off me.
It's the same way as you. Let me tell you something, though. Ignoring it ain't gonna make it go away.
Brian finally stops scanning the ground and crouches down. It takes me a moment to realize what he's looking at until he reaches down and picks it up. A smooth stone. Brian looks at it for a moment, thinking. Then he drops it off to the side and looks back down at his book.
Daniel? 19. Fact. He was the smallest, I think. Should be enough room.
Brian shines the light back down at the ground for a moment, then seems to make up his mind as he sets the butt of the flashlight on the ground. It brightly lights up the ceiling, leaving us in dim yellow glow. Brian eyes me for a moment, positioning himself so he can watch me while also doing his work. Crouching over, Brian starts breaking through the hard surface of the dirt with the pickaxe, grunting with each stroke. He can only do little short swings, the ceiling too low for Brian to even stand up straight. At this point, the smell of Brian has almost overwhelmed the stench of death. I guess it's one of the few things I don't mind about his smell covering up.
Why aren't you at least trying this?
Because he's in the way.
Because you're a coward.
Why the fuck are you talking to me now? I thought you left.
I never left. You know that. You felt me even after you left.
I shouldn't have come back.
Probably not.
I'm going insane.
Brings back memories of my old life.
I'm going insane. It's bringing back all of my old demons.
No, I think it's because you're in the mind. I think you figured out what it's the source of it, then haven't you?
The voice I've been trying to ignore all week has changed. It's not vague or insidious anymore. It's more natural, like a real person. More like what I used to hear when I was a kid.
Well, I was a real person. Sometimes I even doubt I am that person.
It chuckles, and I feel the back of my brain itch.
More like, what do you call it? Simulation?
It waits for an answer, but I don't want to talk to it.
Oh, stop pretending I'm not here. You can feel me. You've felt me looking over your shoulders since you got here.
I let my head thump against my knees, closing my eyes.
Well, really ever since Cindy.
Just ignore it.
But I can understand. Even I feel as though something is controlling me. It's an honest thing.
Hey,
I snap my head up, jumping as I find the bear staring right at me.
hell are you mumbling?
Nothing. Brian chuckles again and reaches across to the other wall, grabbing the shovel. He starts digging up the loose patch of dirt in front of him.
Yeah. Keep it to yourself, I guess. But, like I said, you ain't the only one.
Brian gestures behind him with a thumb, toward the ground. I look and see nothing except a few stones on the ground.
After Rachel back there, things got way worse than aliens for me. I saw her at night, crawling on my ceiling, peeking out from under my bed, staring at me from my window.
Brian grunts as he digs the shovel deep, then lifts, turning a pile of dirt out to the side.
So did Duke. Drove him crazy, turned him into a speed addict. Not that I mind. He was always my most reliable customer. Heh.
The sick, sweet smell starts to grow again. It's starting to become overpowering. I feel like I should keep him talking, get him comfortable, and buy myself more time.
Did you, though?
Who's Rachel?
Duke's wife.
I try to remember what I know about Duke's marriage, aside from the fact that he isn't married anymore. I realize then that I do remember Rachel, but just barely. She was only around when I was in grade school, and was pretty nice as far as I could remember. Didn't he divorce her? Brian shrugs as he stops digging, resting on the handle.
I guess he sort of did. But I mean, she was dead by then. They wanted my stuff, but didn't have the money. So I cut him a deal to fuck for the drugs instead. I mean, can't say I like...
You can
It's
say
all.
squeak it for anything you don't want to say.
Yeah, can't say I like Squeak at all. Annoying and whiny. But she let me go way farther than Duke. So, I did that with her.
It's not hard for me to picture exactly what squeak was.
Then one day, I guess I went too far. She died and we buried her right there.
Brian points more specifically at a rock sitting on the other side of the wall. The big bear starts to dig again, more vigorously, lengthening the patch he's working on.
But I didn't see her until right after I buried her. Maybe a week later.
The bear shakes his head and laughs mockingly.
You'd think that'd stop me from doing it again, but, you know, when that last breath came out of her, and she sort of shuddered on the table.
Brian glances up at me.
Squeak, squeak.
Yeah?
All the squeak.
Uh-huh. Brian's an awful dude. This entire thing will probably be blurred. Brian pauses in his sudden spurt of digging and looks up at me again.
Probably wondering why I'm telling you this, thinking I'm crazy. But, I don't know. Feels good to tell someone. Feel like my own therapy otter.
The bear looks back down at the hole he made. The smell coming out of it is so overpowering. I'm on the verge of gagging again.
I really don't want to ruin the mood, but somebody needs to make a meme about the therapy otter helping everyone, even the serial killers out there.
I almost made a joke about how, like, well, I'm so glad I didn't major in psychology then.
Thanks.
Don't see her anymore, though. It
changes with each one.
7 stones.
And it'll probably change again.
And with that, oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Jenna hears somebody call him the therapy otter and goes, years at the academy wasted.
No, remember, Jenna is not in therapy at all. She'd be like, hell yeah, you take it, bitch. I'm out.
Yeah, she's like, I do research, bitch.
Yeah, isn't she a cognitive psychologist?
Yeah, she's specifically a cognitive psychologist, like going to training into cognitive psychology, and I'm like, my spirit animal?
Jenna is your spirit animal?
Yes.
Only on Tuesdays, though.
Tuesdays with Jenna.
It is Tuesday.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Do on Tuesdays, yes!
Yeah, I just realized that I've from now on scheduled this always on Tuesdays, huh?
Yep. So it's always Tuesday with Jenna.
Well then.
It's the official name of our podcast now.
Tuesdays with Jenna.
Great.
And with that, the bear comes at me. The space is so small it only takes him 2 steps. I scream and cover my face.
Ow.
And try to fold up into as tight of a ball as I can. But before I know it, Brian has me by the back of the shirt. He drags me over until I'm kneeling next to the hole. I can see it's definitely a grave now.
You already knew.
Because I can see the bones poking through the dirt, the bits of blue and white cloth that were its clothes.
You mean Daniel? 19-year-old ferret?
I feel like me telling all this to you, and me being nice to you so far. Maybe don't come back after me. Just move on.
I feel Brian move around behind me, then press something cold into the back of my head. A gun. I guess Brian probably has plenty of those.
I'm doing the town some good after all.
Ow! I blurt out, my mind racing, trying to think of something, anything to get out of this. Brian does pause, though.
Ow, what?
How is this helping anyone? Why are you doing this? A few seconds go by, and I'm pretty sure I'm about to hear the crack of the pistol, the last thing I'll ever hear. Then Brian sighs.
Again, I feel like I should tell you everything, so you know, so you don't have to come back and fuck with me. But Duke, he said all this started when he came back.
I told you I have no idea why! My voice rises in pitch as I start to panic. Duke has already tried to kill me, even though we tried to convince him I had nothing to do with any of this.
Not any of this? Sure of that?
I feel Brian set his feet behind me, and I can picture him getting ready to pull the trigger. I'm going to die.
It keeps happening, doesn't it? Cesarean?
I'm sorry. Remember, this is for the good of the town.
To me, it's like the town holds its breath, letting all the evil build up until it has to let it out all big whoop.
Brian grips it into my head fur, pressing the barrel of the gun to the back of my head.
You brought a lot of guilt and evil with you back to this town. Maybe that was enough to push it over the edge again.
Easy.
Stowing away. It is your fault, isn't it?
My eyes are watering, and I don't know if it's from Brian's gripping my fur or if I'm crying. Help me. I say it to you.
I think we should look to the left.
We don't have really much option.
Look up.
Look
So,
down.
I'm gonna point out something real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is so cool.
He's
Yep.
not saying to the voice, he's not saying it to Brian. I
He's saying
say it to you.
To us?
So he's actually pulling the fourth wall.
So, can I bring this up, because it's a theory me and Alan have talked about a lot with this game.
Mhm.
I believe that there are either 3 or 4 entities.
No, don't talk about that one yet. We're not quite there yet.
Okay, then I will talk about this one because this one's brought up in Leo's rap.
Yes.
Somebody references us. They talk to us directly about saying, like, I know you're sitting there watching the otter. And in that conversation we just had with...
that other voice, the one that has the
yeah,
different text.
I'm pretty sure everybody can guess it, but who cares? You know what? I'm going to keep it secret anyway.
Well, no, let's see. I think there's enough context clues that they should be able to guess at this point.
About who the voice that's talking to Chase?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Sam.
All right.
Oh.
That's just the voice I've been going with. I'm not sure if I'm correct.
It could be Sam's boyfriend that he killed.
Jack?
Yeah, it could be Jack.
Okay. Well, since you guys aren't certain, then we won't spoil it one way or the other.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But even he just mentioned, he's like, sometimes I feel like even I'm not in control all the way. We are the thing that's... You know how they mention... Well, no. Yeah, you know how they mentioned that Chase has the personality of a rock?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
We are kind of one of the things that is making him a rock.
Huh.
And even that individual and something else has referenced the fact that, no, I know you're watching. I know you're here.
Oh yeah, Flynn knows us. Flynn even kind of... It makes a meta joke about, like...
Okay, Flynn does make a meta joke about, like, Chase being, like, a rock and everything like that, but that's not really this. So, the thing is, throughout the route, there have been small moments hinting at Chase not probably fully being in control of what he's doing. He pauses quite often, thinking, having really no, like, thoughts or emotions on things. And every so often, there will be some dialogue within Chase's internal monologue that's very, very mean and critical of him. Always questioning his decisions, always second-guessing him. That voice is also that new voice that Seb is voicing. Beyond that, we also then have ourselves, because we do make choices within this game. And we are pushing things in certain directions. We don't get to have a conversation, but we do still nudge things.
And there are some times where they reference us directly as well, or talks to us directly as well. And, like, it's not like a, so, how you doing? It's a, I know you're there, why do you just watch?
Remember the beginning of the game. Why do you keep coming back? You're only going in circles. All right. So, we directly get to tell Chase to look to the right. You guys ready?
Sure.
Yep.
On the right, Chase.
I glance to my right and see something standing in the entrance to our little hollow. It's faint, either because of the dim lighting or because the thing itself isn't quite opaque. It's tall, white, and gangly, and its long fingers nearly touch the ground. Its face is heart-shaped, the whiteness of it interrupted by massive, shiny black eyes in its face. It stands there, motionless, watching us. I stare back, open-mouthed. Brian must have taken notice, because the next thing I know, the bear squeals. It's so loud and high-pitched, I wince. Brian lets go of me as the thing moves. It seems to lean forward and glide toward us, but the gliding is stilted, like a film with half-seconds missing from it. It flickers, seeming to turn transparent as it grows closer, the white fading to pink, then a bright red for a brief second before reverting. I'm frozen, kneeling as I watch. Brian backs away and promptly steps on the flashlight. The lighting careens sideways, and I look over to see Brian's foot slip on the cylindrical flashlight before his rump comes down hard on top of it. All light is extinguished, and I can't see the thing or Brian now. I hear him, though, and he lets out another screech of pure fear, like a wounded animal. I hear something else too. A voice that's almost so high-pitched, babbling something fast and senseless. It's like a tape recorder being rewound. Brian's screeching impossibly turns up a notch, and I instinctively move forward, away from the horrible sounds, and I pitched forward into the hole. The smell engulfs me, and I can feel the hard, knobbly things in the dirt around me. Oh god, I don't remember who this is.
I think that I do. It's
Okay.
the athlete.
Me?
TJ?
It's the echo from Arches.
I know what you're talking about. Well, no, I don't think it is. Because I know who you're talking about. You're talking about the kid at the beginning of Arches.
The similarities add up.
Well, we'll see. I did voice that kid, so I'll go for it then.
Also, really quickly, there's something I want to point out there. Did we send that thing?
Huh.
You know, that's a good question.
Because it asked us to do something about it, and we immediately said, look at it, and it was there.
True, yeah. That's something I'd never considered before, huh?
And it didn't even attempt to come after Chase, which, if this was right, Chase would have been in front of it would have been the creature, Chase, and then the bear.
No. Chase and Brian would be equidistant from the creature.
Yes, because it was on the side, yes. But the fact is it still chose immediately to go after the bear instead of us.
Mm-hmm. Where are we going?
Taking a back road.
But we're leaving the city.
Yeah? Well, I live outside the city.
You didn't tell me that. Let's just go back to the club. Alright, pull the fuck over. Let me out. I said pull over. Where the fuck is the lock?
You'd best not be doing that.
Hey, get off me! I gasp and scramble out of the grave, gagging uncontrollably. No, that's Daniel. Because he was in one of the graves. Maybe that's not Daniel, actually, because Daniel was a ferret.
It could have been the kid.
Yeah, I thought the...
Oh, you're right. Daniel
was at the club.
was the first. He was in his first year of college, or not Daniel, but the kid in the Arches. You're right, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought they met at a club.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I was right.
That does happen.
Booyah! Booyah!
I never even considered that before.
Good job, Harry.
The similarities were there.
Yeah, I just never put those pieces together. Neat. Thanks for that. Once I'm out, I curl up on my side, drawing in my knees again. The horrible screeching and bizarre babbling language continue, though the sounds from Brian are more ragged now. Occasionally the room flashes with light as Brian shifts around, but I face the wall, not wanting to look.
Get up.
I curl up tighter, just waiting, hoping that I wake up.
You sniveling little shit. Get up.
I press my face into the dirt.
Trust me. There's far worse out there, and it's coming for you unless you get up and get out.
I'd given up.
Get up, motherfucker.
Yeah, get up, Chase!
Get
up!
You to get up!
You force yourself up onto
No,
your
Alan,
hands.
wait a minute.
Huh?
You're not the narrator of this.
Okay, well, who should be this then?
Sebastian is. It's him talking.
Is it? Because I think
Yes.
that's the third character.
No, this part is Sebastian's character.
Okay, then
I know that for a fact.
Alright.
Same voice, or is it different?
Same
Nope,
voice.
same voice.
Okay. You force yourself up on your hands and knees and start crawling in the direction of the exit. Flashlight continues to be rolled around, giving you glimpses of where you're going. The sounds from Brian have stopped. Now it's just the mechanical gibberish that seems to be growing with pitch and speed. But you don't look back. You don't need to see that. The otter is already broken enough. Soon, you're crawling through the exit and the cacophony behind you immediately muted. It becomes more and more faint until it almost disappears as you come out the other side. Once you're free, you stand up in comparatively fresh, cool air. main tunnel. You remember this place. You also know the tunnels that like the back of your hand. It's pitch black, but if you feel along the walls, you should be able to find your way out. You head to the right toward the end of the main tunnel with your right hand dragging along the wall. Then when you feel an opening with your hand, take a left and then another right. And finally, final right that takes you back out exit. Nick had drilled the directions into your head far too many times for you to. Red eyes appear at the end of the tunnel, at the end of the last stretch. You freeze and observe. Things in the mines can hurt you far worse than things outside. Brian had just experienced that. But you're not sure. Is this one of the Otter's demons, or... No, it's something else. Something you're not quite seeing correctly. A friend. Lizard. He's warped. Chase!
Ah!
So, yeah, I think that the person who should have been voicing that was a third entity, Harry.
Yeah.
Because it's talking to that voice.
Yeah.
With the use.
The only reason why I said it should be Sebastian is because of the fact that I remembered Nick in that, and I was like, yeah, no, because it's him remembering where to go. It's him taking over. But no, it's us taking directly control of the Otter.
Yeah, that's why I was just gonna use my regular voice for it. But yeah, no, I think it's fine. All right.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, you guys have more context clues now. Who's that voice?
Rob will sign? Most likely sign?
Yeah,
That was
that's
Hannah's
kinda-
vote earlier. This is now your
Yeah.
vote, Seb. Is that what a lot of you are leaning towards now? Okay. Yeah.
Can't be Nick because he mentions Nick.
All right. I'll be more clear with it now. Yes, that voice is Sam.
Oh.
Ooh.
I won't explain how or why, but Sam is for some reason in Chase's head, which makes something very funny about Carl's route from earlier when Chase was like, "Everyone's getting possessed but me."
Hey boy, you've been
He's always
possessed since
been-
I'm in
Sydney.
your head.
Yeah,
Which
he's
is-
always been possessed.
Yep.
Which is funny because if my theory is correct, Alan's not just possessed, he's super possessed.
You mean Chase?
Yes, Chase. Chase is like,
Alan's
if my
just
theory is
possessed.
correct, there's like 3 to 4 things possessing Chase.
Yeah, we do have at least confirmation about 2 things, which is Sam and ourselves.
Well, okay. Yep, not going to say anything. Never
Yeah.
mind.
I know, that's why I was saying we have confirmation about those. So,
Yep.
either way. I slumped to my knees, shaking uncontrollably as Flynn shines a light down on me.
Fuck, Chase, come on, let's go.
Flynn yanks me to my feet, and the next thing I know, I'm stumbling after him. Out of the mine, and out of what I'm now completely convinced is hell. I sit in the passenger seat of Flynn's truck, feeling numb. I choose to stare out the window, watching the desert rush by as Flynn tries to ask me questions.
Where's the bear?
I shake my head.
Is he still in the mine?
I think so.
What happened?
I don't know. It feels strange being back out here. While everything is definitely fucked up and strange out here in Echo, at least it makes some sense. The mine is completely different. It's chaos. That's the word. Chaos.
What?
How did you find me? I look back at Flynn and see that he's staring at me closely, barely keeping an eye on the road.
I went to Leo's house, found all you guys there, except you, of course.
Just waiting? I don't know how to feel about the idea of all my friends just sitting around while a serial killer had kidnapped me. And yes, we have confirmation. Brian was a serial killer.
Yeah.
Sorry about that slip up earlier.
It's all good.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh no, it's fine because DJ immediately had to shut Hannah down.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh, right, I guess he doesn't quite realize that yet.
So, I have to admit, from the little knowledge I had of Brian, I didn't know he was a serial killer, just that he killed one.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Notebook that I said, oh, wait a minute, yeah, he is. Never mind, I was wrong.
Well, the other thing that I had forgotten about, so I thought he killed 19 people. I mistook the number 19 for Daniel's. That's Daniel's age. He killed 7 people. Chase would have been number 8.
Oh.
So I thought he was more prolific. So now I'm like, okay, 7 victims being buried out here in a small town. That's a little bit more believable than what I was like about to call egregious, which was 19 people somehow going missing and nobody called it and went, hey, wait a minute, something's wrong.
Right.
7's still a bit concerning, but it's not like to the point where it's like, I don't know if I believe that. Like if 19 people went missing within like a 10-year span in one town and everything, that would be investigated so quick.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At least, yeah, you
I feel like even with 9, it would be, right?
Well, it's 7 right now.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you feel like it would be something, but my guess is what's going on is Brian's probably picking up his victims from different towns. So it's like only one or two from the different towns. Because while we know about Peyton, there's another town called Coletown, I think, or Colesville. And so that's also somewhat near Echo. They just don't go to it because it's a much more suburban style town. Where Peyton's like a little city.
Yeah.
Of course, none of us really knew Brian was a serial killer.
Well, lots was going on. Kudzu, that raccoon, is the one that told me that you were missing. Leo, on the other hand, he said you were fine. That he saw you around the house.
I like that you're slipping slightly into your Sam voice.
Yeah.
Leo, you piece of shit.
Oh my god.
You can't... never mind.
No. What were you going to say, Harry?
Then you can't blame Leo, not yet.
Yeah. I know a little bit more about the plot, and so, like, Leo, on the surface, looks like an awful, awful dude. And even in context, he's only one awful dude. He's not 2 awful dudes, in my opinion. When you know everything that's going on in the story, but yeah.
I fear the day when I discovered 2 sharks.
Ah.
One was bad enough.
But yeah, so remember, the best way for you to get into your Flynn voice, Seb, is to insult Harry.
Fuck you, Harry!
You want to try that line again?
Okay, Leo on the other hand said, fuck! Leo on the other hand said you were fine, that he saw you around the house.
Yeah, no, see, isn't it amazing how, like, the second you tell Harry to fuck off,
Perfect.
suddenly your voice gets more Flynn? Like...
Amazing.
I hope you're okay, Harry, with that.
No, it fits.
I tell him to fuck off all the time.
Yeah, I'm about to say, every time Seb inserts the chat room, he goes, fuck you, Seb.
Or something like,
Harry.
oh, gross, it's Harry. Or Harry enters the
want
chat
you to
room,
know-
I'm over here. Oh my god, who let Harry in?
I want this to be known that when we lived together, mine and Sebastian's relationship was one person randomly break into the other one's room at like 1 o'clock in the morning and steal seltzer water, and then the other ones break into the other room and steal flip-flops. And then prepare to beat each other to death with them. This may or may not have happened more than once.
I'm pretty sure once Harry went into my room, stole one of my flip-flops, I went to his room, I stole both of his, then he went back into my room, tried to find his, didn't find his, stole the other one of mine, and then I went out and threw his flip-flops at him.
Ah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. See...
Yeah, that was fun.
What? Flynn shrugs.
I have no fucking clue, but he was practically holding everyone hostage. He wouldn't give the keys up, so I had to take the truck out here on my own.
Is everyone okay?
Hopefully. Jenna said she'd try to keep him calm while I come look for you.
How did you know I was in the mine?
Well, Kudzu pointed out in that direction. I drove up the canyon and since that's basically the only place he could go, I saw that where he'd parked and knew he'd taken you in there.
But how did you know about that back entrance? Flynn smirks as we come out the curvy Echo Canyon onto a straight road to Echo.
Does it really matter? Either way, I know a lot about the town.
It does really matter, because here's the best part about all this. We've seen every one of our friends went through the hysteria in some capacity. What the fuck happened to Flynn?
Yeah, and
he got possessed.
well, yeah, they made the comment whenever Chase was basically being possessed that it's like, it's the lizard, he's warped. So, who knows what's possessing him?
Look,
Or what's
I'm
influencing
fine.
him.
I can effectively say, as somebody who's even played through Flynn's rap, I have no idea why Flynn knows so much, but he knows so much.
I'm cool.
I'm just
He's
gonna point
like-
that out.
Okay.
Sebastian, he's like that one like historian wizard character in the show who just knows everything about the plot but just does nothing and says nothing and watches all the chaos unfold.
So it's
And just like, yeah, no, this is happening. Not my problem. Somebody else's, surely.
Too fucking bad, dude. Sucks to suck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alright. I watched Flynn for a while until he glances back at me.
What?
Where the hell have you been the past few days?
Oh, in the town hall, managing stuff.
Stuff?
Like everything going on. I tried finding you guys at the hotel at Carol's house, but I didn't see anyone. Assumed you tried to leave.
That answer is far from satisfactory, but I have no energy to dig deeper.
Was working in town hall. I was doing my job. Duh.
You know, while people are killing each other on the streets, I was just filing some things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
and
so
while the
this
mayor
guy
that
killed
you-
that person that goes and files Z.
Mind you, while his boss, the mayor, is having cultist-like rants in the square about how the end days has come.
Also, that mayor...
And he's just
I want to point out another
chilling.
thing. That mayor is his aunt. Remember, it's stated that his aunt is the mayor of Echo. So his aunt is giving cultist-like speeches saying, we're all doomed, you can't leave until this rides itself out, just take a goddamn, like, chill pill and hide in your houses until this blows over, people. That is the mayor of Echo's statement about how you should survive the hysteria.
Flynn just knows
filing.
everything sitting in the office, clicking on notes.
Open this file.
Gotta do my taxes.
Oh, this is just my strange file. I'm gonna put that over there for now.
I can't imagine, honestly, Flynn, like, opening up a couple files on his computer. Alright, this one's for taxes, this one's for... This one is that weird, like, crossover between taxes and... And, well, that's somebody's thing.
What?
I hear Alan talk about this one's for...
What?
And I'm like, excuse me?
I'm
just
trying to...
filing
I'm
shit
trying
away. That's just how he
to
does.
Even, like...
Yeah, I'm like...
It's Rule 16 out of the internet. But...
Some weird accounting fetish.
It's 34. It's Rule 34.
Oh, okay. Whatever the case is, I mean, I don't want to see it because I don't really want to, go looking for it. But I also kind of want to, like, I don't want to say see it, but, like...
Look,
fantastic.
DJ, I'll let you know,
How does one
accounting
be-
gets really weird, especially when you find out what 7 did.
Yep.
No.
Oh,
100%.
Lord. Why is that image now in my head? Thank you, Alan.
I zoned out for a second. What just happened?
Don't come back. Keep going now. Just-
Go back
don't
to
come
that
back.
place you were, you innocent child.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
When this gets uploaded in, like, I don't know, maybe like a year, you'll hear it finally.
Okay.
Finally.
So, were we
I'm-
going back?
Yep.
Then what?
Well, they were saying something about a train, so I assume we try to get out that way. Sounds like you already found out you can't drive. How?
Yeah. We turn onto the road to Leo's house, and I watch the house draw close. I can't help the growing sense of dread in the pit of my stomach. As soon as we step through the doorway, I'm engulfed in a combination of beige, gray, black, and white fur as I'm surrounded by my friends. Jenna, Carl, and Kudzu are all talking at once, asking how I am, what happened, if I'm okay. Flynn puts up his hands.
Guys, let him breathe. I don't think he's up for talking too much.
Jenna and Carl step back, but Kudzu doesn't. He's got a hand on my shoulder, gripping it like he doesn't think I'm real.
Hey, I'm sorry. I should have been more careful. I should have let you piss on my carpet. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, he's not wrong. They were in a horror situation.
No, but like...
Just piss on my floor, dude. I don't know, man.
Yeah, piss,
Here, let
piss
me
on my
get you
floor.
a
Please,
bucket.
please, just piss on my floor. I need this.
I get it though. He's in like trauma, right? Like he's like,
oh god, he could have died because of me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No.
but I read that just super dirty and wrong because I'm
Also-
a terrible degenerate.
Oh, no, here's another thing that came to my head, knowing that it was you reading it, Harry, and that was thinking of Amber, how you were playing a character who's the son of Brand, and just thinking about, like, nah, you can piss on Brand's carpet. And
Oh,
I'm
I would
thinking, like,
murder
yeah,
you.
Yeah, I know, see, exactly.
You would die. I would rip open your chest and ride you like a meat toboggan.
It takes me a second to realize what he's talking about. The thing that got me into Brian's trap in the first place. It makes me laugh a bit at how earnest Kudzu looks compared to what just came out of his mouth. I also realize that I want to hug him really, really badly. So I do. I feel the raccoon stiffen up for a moment, then hug back. It feels so fucking good to be in the arms of someone I trust, and it seems to break through the numbness that I'm feeling. At least a little bit. Carl seems to take that as an invitation to join the hug as well, and Jenna joins in. I don't mind,
aw.
and I wish I could stay like this forever. Actually, I just wish this all hadn't happened in the first place. It comes to an end eventually, and Kudzu is the last to draw back. I'm about to ask where TJ is when I see Leo. The wolf stands at the entrance of the hall, his eyes on me and Kudzu. He's got a pillow in one paw, and his shirt is hitched up over his stomach a bit, like he's just pulled it on.
What are you doing?
The room goes quiet, and the mood immediately changes. Carl, Jenna, and Kudzu all look weary. No one says anything. I clear my throat. I'm back. Brian took me to... Leo frowns.
Back. No, you were in my room and asked for a pillow. We were...
Leo's glare turns on Kudzu.
Have they been telling you to say this?
Leo, no. The look in my former boyfriend's eyes is completely alien to me. I've never seen that look from him before. I guess I knew that the town, or whatever all this is, had gotten to him, but not completely taken him. But now I'm not so sure. Kudzu stands next to me, his shoulder in front of mine. Leo eyes him again before turning back to me.
Case, come here.
I don't move. The room is completely silent.
Case, I said, come here.
Leo, what the hell?
Leo ignores Flynn, his steely eyes on mine. The feeling of coming to a safe place is completely gone now. Echo has seeped into every part of my life, it seems. But I don't move, and neither does Kudzu. Leo doesn't seem to know what to do. His face transforms from anger to confusion.
Tula, you were just in the bedroom with me, telling me...
Leo trails off. I was in the mine, Leo, with Brian. Leo stares. The silence drags on until a soft clicking comes from the kitchen. Everyone looks as TJ emerges, staring at us all with sad, lost eyes.
EJ, what is it?
There's another train coming.
Oh, good. Thank you for watching, TJ.
I'm not sure if Jenna is relieved because our ride out is coming, or if it's because it can distract us from the whole Leo situation. We all move at once, squeezing past Leo out to the backyard. He watches me pass him, dumbfounded. TJ's route. In the distance, I can see the lights on the train, slowly winding its way toward us. At this point, dawn is just breaking. Somehow, it's only been one night, even though it feels like it's been several weeks. And it's been several weeks, actually, for us in real life. This is our 6th recording session for Sunday alone.
Yeah.
Woo! Alright. For whatever reason, that train is moving pretty fucking slow. We should just be able to hop on.
The train wails in the distance again, much closer now.
I thought I was gonna have to drive alongside it with you all in the trunk bed, honestly.
The train does seem to be moving pretty slow, but as it gets closer, I realize it's not exactly going to be a jog to run alongside it. I might be able to catch it at a full sprint.
Alright, here's what we're gonna do. I'll get on first, along with Kudzu, and we're gonna pull the rest of you on, alright?
Carl fidgets nervously. Matt? Matt?
Mic was off. Didn't realize.
Okay.
I don't know if I can run that fast.
You will, now.
I feel Paul land on my shoulder and turn me around. It's Leo.
Hey.
Hey, what is it? I look back at Flynn, wanting to hear what he's saying.
Listen to me. Everything you said in the house. Do you mean it?
Huh? What did I say? Leo looks impatient.
What you said about loving me, wanting to be with me forever. You mean that, right?
What? The train is approaching. We have maybe a minute.
What the fuck? Why are you acting like you didn't fucking remember?
Leo bristles, teeth bared, eyes narrowing. Oh my god, Leo, let's get out of here first. I start to back away, toward the others, as they continue to discuss jumping onto the train.
No.
Leo grabs my shoulder, looking me right in the eye. He makes an effort to calm down, closing his eyes a moment before opening them.
Then tell me now. Are you going to stay with me when all this is over?
Oh.
We can talk about this when we get on the train.
No. I want to know before.
I see Kudzu looking at us, and it looks like he's about to head over.
Just tell the truth. That's all I want.
Alright, and this is the last choice of the game.
Ooh.
My instinct is it's over.
Over.
Chase can't be in this toxic relationship.
Okay. Yeah, let's debate this out. So, yeah, before we wrap this episode up, I want to debate it out.
The horror story plan is just appease him for a second and go, but I feel like much like in Chase's route, where it felt like
You mean Carl's?
Carl's route, where
Chase's route.
Chase goes to fuck himself.
in Carl's route, where it felt like one answer was correct for like what you would do in a horror story, and the other was better for the character, and you have to pick the character one. I feel like that's where this is, and I feel like Chase needs to leave Echo, and part of leaving Echo is leaving Leo.
Alright, that's another vote for it's over then.
Yeah, so there's the path of, kind of a similar thing is like, I think for Chase and for what he needs, it would, telling him that it's over is the best thing to do, but I also wonder if Leo's gonna go berserk.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That was, when I made this choice myself, that was my question. Is like, both of these seem like the wrong answer, and both of them is going to make. Like, I wanted to say it's over, but I felt if I said that, Leo would, like, go into a berserk rage and kill everyone. However, I will say, I want to do We'll Work It Out simply because I know it's a faster ending.
Oh, well, Okay, well, I didn't want you to spoil it. I wanted to see what their answer was going to be. Because we're
I'm still
going to
going
do
with
both.
the first one.
We'll definitely do both, no matter what.
I'm not saying what's in it. I'm just saying, like, overall, it's slightly quicker.
My vote's for it's over, to be honest.
All right,
Yep.
so it sounds like it's almost a unanimous decision anyway towards it's over. It seems at this point this entire group has gone, nah, Chase and Leo were never meant to be. They are our no TP.
Well, Leo, well, no, just let me word this differently. Leo is not in his right state right now.
You know.
No,
so you should not be professing your love to this dude when he's out.
The thing is,
he's
it's
gone.
over is a full-on, you are never going to get back with them. It is truly over. You are fully breaking up. That's something Chase never did before. Remember, Chase kind of just ghosted Leo and then went off to college.
And
he
Leo
never actually broke up.
Leo needs them to actually break up.
Yep, they need to just, yeah.
They're not even cute for each other. I'm so sorry, Internet. I hear you guys like them for each other. I don't really
somebody
think
just joined in.
What's Sam? It's Sam.
Samuel.
Sam, you got in here just in time to see the devastating ending of this route. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and quickly save, though, before we make this choice. And think about it. Look at this. We started Leo's route all the way back in August.
Oh my gosh.
August?
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So long.
We started our playthrough back at the beginning
That's like
of August.
half a year. That's like half a year.
Oh,
Holy
yeah.
crap.
Mhm.
I feel old.
Holy crap.
And think about it. We also finished up Carl's route back in November. So, hey, we made pretty good progress, only getting through this one in 3 months.
Yeah.
All right. I agree that Leo's bad ending is quicker, and I think we can actually fit it in on this episode. So let's go ahead and say we'll work something out.
You're gonna give me a teaser before I go to work. I hate you.
We might be able to squeeze in the good one as well, but I really want to get through the one that we can actually feasibly get for you.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
If we need to, we can redo It's Over so you can see the good ending later, Sam. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
I promise. When we get on that train, we'll figure everything out, okay? Leo watches me carefully, looking unsure. Kudzu is next to me at that moment, though, and he pulls me back toward the group.
Come on, we're going now.
Leo's eyes flash as he watches, his teeth showing. I don't have time to try and console him anymore, because the train starts pulling up.
Run!
Flynn shoves Carl forward, and the ram takes off alongside the rails, looking over his shoulder at the train. The next thing I know, we're all running after Carl as the train catches up. I look back. Flynn waves both his arms at the locomotive as it whizzes past, but if there's a reaction from the driver, I don't see it. I have just enough time to read the letters on the side of the engine, Prescott Railway, before it's moving past me down the tracks. I realize then that the train is quite short, maybe only 5 cars in all. We don't have many chances.
Kudzu.
Flynn points at the caboose and starts running beside it, next to two little steps that drop down at the very end of the platform. Gracefully, the lizard jumps, landing his feet on the steps as his hands scramble for some kind of purchase. He finds it and pulls himself in, and the next second he's reaching out, holding onto a handle on the caboose as he grabs one of Kudzu's paws. With much more ease than Flynn had, Kudzu jumps onto the steps and pulls himself onto the platform. I pass Carl at this point, the ram already losing steam. He calls after me in a hoarse, ragged voice.
Shit! I'm not gonna make...
Flynn grabs the ram as they pass, and Carl skips on the uneven gravel, and for a horrifying moment I think he's gonna fall. But Kudzu leans in and snatches him up as well, practically lifting Carl onto the platform. Jenna, who's right beside me, is next, reaching out with a paw to Flynn. He grabs it, and Jenna easily jumps on over the 2 steps. I think it's my turn next, but TJ slows down abruptly, and I move to the side to make room for him. Flynn grabs his arm, and TJ hesitates several times before Kudzu gets a grip on him as well, and he's able to step onto the first step. It's then that I realize that the train is picking up speed, and I'm starting to slow down. I move up beside the caboose, seeing Flynn's outstretched hand. Now that I'm next to it, I see how terrifying this is. The wheels clack loudly in my ears, and I have no idea how I'm going to lift one leg up while keeping up this speed. But I get grasp on Flynn's hands, and I see Kudzu's paw reaching out as well. The train's going way too fast now, and I know I'll only have one chance at this. I pull down on their hands and lift my feet up to land on the last step. Once my feet make contact, relief floods through me. I can't help myself as I grin and take my first step up. Then I hear the sound of stomping footsteps behind me. I look back and see Leo running right next to me, snarling with every breath. I start to move quickly, wanting to be out of the way for Leo's turn, but that's when I see him already reaching out. For me. His anchor bracelet glints in the moonlight. I don't have time to think as the wolf grabs the back of my shirt and pulls hard. I hear threads pop in my collar as I'm choked. I lose my grip on Flynn and Kudzu. As I fall, I reach out and grab onto a railing on the platform. In doing so, my legs swing under the train, and I lose my grip. I hit the ground hard and roll several times before something catches my legs. I pulled violently with the train, and unbelievable pressure squeezes me, like my calves are caught in a vice. Suddenly, the train lets me go, and I come to an abrupt sliding stop in the gravel. I lay there, stunned, feeling nothing. And then an almighty throb goes through my legs. I gasp and push myself up, and see my feet are missing. I stare as my legs seem to end where the ends of my pants do. A dark, dark stain pools out on the ground around them. I can't think. I don't know what to think.
Chase!
I look up and see Kudzu. Just Kudzu, limping toward me. I wonder if he's missing a foot too, but no, just limping on it. As he approaches, I point at my missing feet, like maybe he'll have the answer to what just happened.
Crap.
Immediately, the raccoon drops down beside me, reaching for his waist. He's undoing his belt, and I'm about to tell him now is not the time for that kind of stuff, but then he starts putting the belt around one of my calves. That's when he lifts the pant leg, and I get a glimpse of ragged flesh and fur, blood, and the white of bone.
Leo, you idiot! Give me your other belt.
I hear footsteps behind me.
Take it off.
Kudzu slumps down over my legs, and I wonder if he's trying to stop the bleeding with his body. A similar dark puddle starts to form around his head and face. Shit. I reach out and press a paw to his head, wishing I wore a belt so I could put it around his neck.
Oh, no!
Leo mumbles in my ear, pushing Kudzu off roughly as he looks at my legs.
We're gonna get you fixed. I don't mean for this to happen, but we'll figure something out.
The wolf slides his arms around me, and picks me up, and the world tilts. Leo flashes me a grin from across the table as my mom turns away to get drinks from the fridge. This is going way better than I thought it would. My dad asks Leo what he's doing for a living, and the wolf tells him he's already got a high-paying job at the auto repair shop. At the same time, he's playing footsies with me under the table. My legs are throbbing regularly now, not even really hurting. I squint at the bright light of the bathroom as Leo flips it on. He turns to the bathtub, and I see the bright streak of red on the walls after he does. He lays me down in the tub and starts to wrap stuff around my legs. It does start to hurt then, and I groan.
Don't worry, it's fine. This is gonna fix you up completely.
The end of the bathtub is completely red. I lay my head on Leo's chest as he taps away texts on his phone. I love days like this, where we have the whole afternoon free, and we choose to do nothing. It's peaceful and quiet. I love the way the late afternoon sun pours through the window and warms my fur while at the same time being cooled by the fan. I realized then that I want to spend the rest of my life with this wolf. Leo nuzzles my neck and head fur, mumbling into my ear, but I can't really understand him. I look down and see that my pants are off, and I'm just in my boxers. The ends of my legs are wrapped in red bandages, completely soaked through, soaking into the bed I'm laying in. I start to reach toward them, but my hand is shaking so hard, and Leo grabs it and pulls it back to my chest. I'm really cold. In response, Leo draws closer and spoons me. Early morning light is pouring through the window, and I think I can hear sirens. Leo nuzzles my ear again, and I try to pull away, but he holds me tight.
Like you said, we're gonna work something out. I knew it would be easier to do that here, in Echo, where we started. Seeing you leave on that train, it was too much.
Something leers at me from the corner of the room. Leo gazes at me with pure, unconditional love as he pulls back from our kiss. My first kiss. My excitement comes out in bursts of giggles as I hug my wolf to my body, feeling his soft warmth against me. The wolf hugs back, and we stay like that for a long time. I don't even mind if it's in this run-down train yard in the middle of the hot desert. I'm in love with him. He holds me tight. The throbbing in my legs has stopped. I'm not cold anymore either. Just empty. That creature stares at me from the corner, red and grotesque. I stare back as my vision slowly fades. I don't feel anything anymore.
Oh, damn.
Damn, son.
Hey, Leo, you did it.
Isn't it such a romantic ending?
Yeah!
No.
Very!
And yeah, we're only gonna have to be able to do this ending because I'll have to go in like a few minutes.
Yeah, are you guys okay with saving Leo's good ending for next week then?
We can,
That's
yeah.
fine.
Yay, because I want to watch it.
You
Oh, I
know
know.
what this means? You know what this means now, Alan?
Oh, what?
All of those memes you berated me with over these months
I
can
can finally
be
share them.
shown.
I can share them. Oh, it's wonderful. Okay, I'm gonna start digging.
And I thought Chase, and I thought, and I thought Carl's route was hard on Leo's legs.
Yeah? You mean Chase?
I mean, to be fair, those ones were hard on Chase's legs. I'd honestly say these ones were more of a relief.
I had to, when you were talking about that one part, I had to mute everything because I was getting nauseous.
It's hard playing Leo because I'm trying to play him like somewhat possessed, but also somewhat in love.
So the thing is,
Right,
Leo
like,
isn't possessed. His sanity really slipped to the point where basically he's seeing a second Chase, literally.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
His
Telling
entire
him
thought
all the things
process
he
is just Chase. I must keep Chase.
Yeah.
And that's a shitty thing Chase did was ghosting him. He should have ended it or tried to make it work.
Oh, of course, but yeah, like, hold on. I am finding all of my memes right now. There are so many.
Chase is a
And this game-
relationship monster.
This game really hates Chase's legs.
It
Oh,
does
yeah.
really hate Chase's legs.
Mm-hmm.
Can confirm. I will say one thing. Because we're doing TJ's route next, right?
No, we're doing Route 65 first. Then we're
Okay.
gonna go to TJ's
Well,
route.
I'm going to give one small little spoiler about Leo and TJ's route.
Okay.
And that is, in TJ's route, Leo is the least possessed you will ever see him.
Uh-huh.
So he's,
And you see how
And
he actually acts to this situation.
Normally, when there's not like a hysteria or something going on against
Oh,
him.
so we actually see like the true Leo, not insane Leo.
Yeah, not,
I don't even know if it's like the true Leo, but it's close.
But it's normal-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the closest we get in this game so far, at least for as far as I've played.
Oh yeah. Oh man, where are my other memes? I had one good one.
When we get to TJ's route, I need cats like bordering the gameplay.
Yes, Alan, I see you agree with my statement.
Oh yeah.
That is the only thing he would say about the situation. No feeling or remorse for Chase. Just, great. Now I have to deal with this one.
Look at what Sam wrote. Logs into game. Watches obsessed wolf cripple his otter obsession so he can't run away. Logs out of game.
This is where my boyfriend would live. If I had one!
Yeah, I'm posting my memes. Am I putting them in the meme channel? Oh, I put them in general.
No, it's
Sorry.
in general.
I'm gonna put them in meme time from now on.
There was one comic strip you sent me that I really liked.
If you can find it, feel free to post it. I'm looking through my entire thing because I've got thousands of images.
Oh my god.
Sam.
There goes Sam.
I mean, that's, fair.
Man. I gotta wait for fucking Flynn's route for that one. Nope, that's a Jenna route meme.
Yes, all of these pictures I can't share. Those don't happen yet either.
Are those TJ ones? Because I know I sent you a whole bunch of my TJ ones.
Yep, TJ ones as well as cooking with friends. I'm seeing a lot of as well.
Okay.
Surgery for
I like
my
that
life.
one.
I can't stand you hoes.
I love that
like
one.
that.
I
Oh
can't
boy,
stand
TJ,
you.
I
my
can't wait.
favorite part about that one is he's raised $45.
$45. Leo's the only one who's donated.
You sent this one already, but I have.
Oh, who's donated? Does it show you?
Did you find the comic strip already?
No.
Which one?
Let me check meme time. Nope, you didn't. Alright, I'm gonna start posting it then.
Okay.
That's one.
Oh god, what?
This is number 2.
Oh no.
Oh, that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
This is a really good one.
Yeah, get 3
number
and 4.
3.
Mm-hmm.
And number 4.
Also, I just realized we're basically going to be just going through a whole bunch of memes, and that's no good for footage. So, say goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.